Be not afraid of whirlpools, of strong winds and murky waves. Fear the creature that dwells in the darkest depths, the ice-shackled Kraken, that threatens to surface and your soul to keep. This is a quote from Erna Grcic's book, Beneath the Surface. But are krakens truly as terrifying as fiction has made it out to be? Would they threaten human life? Or would they just let us live undisturbed? Today I will attempt to answer these questions as we all learn about the Kraken. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. The voice you are currently listening to belongs to me, Lindsay Ivan, your voice of reason for today's video, which is, what if the Kraken existed today? But before I begin, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Life's Biggest Questions. With that being said, let's dive on into the video. So, the Kraken. According to Norse legends, the Kraken lives off the coasts of Norway and Greenland and wreaks havoc on passing sailors. It is thought that the story of the Kraken originates from the 13th century in a Norse legend about Orvar Odar. In Greek mythology, it's said that the Kraken was created by Hades to slay the Titans. Then over the course of the 18th century, there was an influx of stories surrounding the Kraken. In those stories, the Kraken was depicted in a number of ways, mainly as a large octopus, squid-like creature. But apparently, it used to resemble something more like a crab with long, thin appendages and not tentacles. However, over the time, it got transformed into looking like a cephalopod. Much like other legends, this one was created off of supposed sightings. People think that back in the day, sailors saw giant squids as they were sailing, and that's how the legend of the Kraken was born. Nowadays, the Kraken is depicted as resembling a giant cephalopod. In fact, it's thought that the Kraken more closely resembles a giant squid than an octopus. It is said that the Kraken is massive, with long tentacles that have spikes and suckers on them. But it seems that no one can agree on how big the Kraken truly is. There's reports of it being as long as 10 ships, or even up to 1.5 miles long. Other accounts say that the Kraken is the size of a number of small islands. In fact, it's said that sailors would mistake the Kraken for an island and try to land on it. This would obviously end badly. So this dude is huge. With all that being said, what if the Kraken existed today? Well, let's start off with the first thing that probably popped into your mind when you heard this question. This massive creature would probably threaten all sailors of the sea. In fact, legends state that the Kraken could devour a ship's entire crew at once. Imagine just casually sailing along and out of nowhere a giant tentacle pops out of the water and sucks you right down. There are a number of stories from back in the day that say if you're trying to fish in waters where the Kraken lurks, then it will emerge and kill you. As a result, we may have to be careful where we source fish. I think a lot of fishermen would be scared to encounter and be killed by this massive beast, whereas other fishermen would be out there determined to catch it, which we all know would end badly. In fact, we would be competing with the Kraken for fish, since it's said that that's one of the many things they like to eat. Since they are so big, they would eat tons of fish, leaving not a lot left for us. But on top of that, if we continually take away food from them, this would definitely enrage them. I mean, think about it. If someone takes away food from you, wouldn't you get extremely angry? I know I would. So imagine a super angry, aggressive monster like the Kraken seeking revenge on fishermen. They stand no chance. As a result, there would be a huge war against fishermen and the Kraken. Now, let's take a look at the Kraken's abilities. What's scary is that you'd never be able to see the Kraken coming. Out of nowhere, it would just pop out of the water, grab his victims, and bring it down there with him. There's no chance at escaping its grip. You would drown. Now, if you don't drown, he could suffocate you to death. It's said that the Kraken can wrap its tentacles around its prey and constrict them like a snake. But that wouldn't be the worst way to go. Since it's said that the Kraken closely resembles a giant squid, let's take a look at squids for a second. A study conducted on them and their feasting patterns show that they like to take a hold of their victims and then take small, delicate bites of them. In the study, the squids fed for around 20 minutes, just slowly taking bites. So, can you imagine being trapped with this monster for that long while it just slowly rips your skin off your bones? That would be the worst way to go. You would endure suffering for so long. Now, if for some reason the Kraken decided to show you some mercy and left you and your ships alone, you would die anyways when it submerges back underwater. Due to its enormous size, it's said that it displaces so much water when it submerges that a whirlpool will form, which will suck the boat and anything else nearby down with it. Or all they would have to do is swim in circles around the ship, and this would also create a whirlpool and then pull your ship down. On top of that, cephalopods are considered highly intelligent. In fact, octopi and squids are considered one of the most smartest creatures in the oceans, meaning that the Kraken would be super smart as well, meaning you wouldn't possibly be able to fool it. It could outsmart us easily. Okay, I know it sounds scary, but here's some good news. There is no proof that the Kraken would be an active predator. In fact, Clyde Roper, a retired giant squid hunter at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, states that they only attack their direct prey. As far as we can tell, they are more gentle giants. He believes that giant squids are not naturally aggressive to human beings, meaning that the Kraken may be the same and is potentially harmless. Furthermore, it's said that giant squids move slowly to conserve their energy and only hunt for food when it becomes present. Therefore, the Kraken may do the same. Maybe it will just stay in the dark depths of the sea and leave us in peace. It really has no reason to attack us unless we provoke it. So if we leave it be, maybe it will just leave us be. Now, if there was a Kraken, you all know people would be actively out there trying to capture it or get photographic evidence of it. I feel like there would be a reward for whoever could catch this beast. Again, this would end badly. Thousands of people would lose their lives trying to do so. You would have people coming from all over the world to try to catch a glimpse of the Kraken. On top of that, you would have scientists that would be constantly disturbing it while trying to study it. It would be such a big phenomenon, it would have the media and everyone going crazy. But on the other hand, if the Kraken was alive today, we may not even realize it. As a result, we would just continue living our lives normally. Cephalopods are soft-bodied, meaning they have no bones, which means there could be Krakens out there and we just don't know it because we haven't found any remains. I mean, that's kind of a good thing. It means they pose no threat to us. Also, 80% of our oceans/seas are undiscovered. Who knows what kind of monsters are lurking at the depths? Maybe there are Krakens, or maybe there are creatures that are even more terrifying. And that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below what video you want to see from me next. And with that being said, let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out more comments from my video, Top 10 Scary Animals We Are Glad Went Extinct. Deadly Diamond YT commented, I was hoping for the Titanoboa to make it on the list. How could it not be on the list? That thing is nightmare fuel. It's huge. Vicky Strickland commented, I don't think a giant bug is going to do that much when we have flamethrowers to burn it alive. Okay, but those giant millipedes are disgusting and scary. Just look at them. But does that also mean that everywhere we go, we would just have to carry around a flamethrower just in case we run into them? Stephen Mercado commented, it's glad to hear your voice, Lindsay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shoutout. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Life's Biggest Questions for more thought-provoking videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and stay curious, YouTube.